Hello everybody and welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. MLB DFS video, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It is May 26th and we are back with another video breakdown. Hopefully this video finds you doing well. Hopefully you did well yesterday, even though it was more of a GPP tournament day because the pitching wasn't the best. We have a ton of pitching on this slate. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at the pitching. We're going to look at the bats. And if you stick around at the end, we are going to look at the website. I added a couple of things yesterday, which hopefully you find very helpful. If you are part of FTA Plus, which is only $10 a month, a lot of the information is part of that. Some is free as well. So hopefully we bring you enough breakdowns that you feel comfortable. But if you do need that little boost, we do have premium content over at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So stick around after the breakdown. I will show you guys that. I don't want to take up the time in the beginning right here. So we did have a few ways to win free content. Like the video, be a subscriber. Tell me who's going to hit home run, what inning they're going to hit it in, and the distance traveled. Get those in there. The distance traveled is for a tiebreaker. Just put it in there just in case. Another way to win, if you want to win a free week, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. If the video gets 50 likes, one person will be random.org listed, and we're going to do that right here, and you will win a free week. If the video gets 100 likes, we'll do the same exact thing, but someone will win a free month of MLB DFS content. So we had over 50 likes yesterday. We're going to do that real quick. Everyone who left a comment is in this list right here. So we're going to randomize it 3 times, excuse me, and that will be the winner. So you can win multiple times a day. So good luck. We're going to randomize it 3 times, and we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll get right into the breakdown. So here's 1, here's 2, and the winner is Tim Mills. Congratulations, Tim Mills. You are the winner. Contact me here and then hit me up on Twitter at advisors_team, and we will get you there. So we'll go through the breakdown and then we'll look at everything on the website. I also have a question of the day for you. I'm in the market for a new mattress. Has anyone gotten boxed mattresses? Like, has anyone got a Nectar, a Purple? I mean, there's a ton of them. Layla I've seen. So if you have, let me know your thoughts down below. I am in need. My back is hurting. I need a little bit more firmer mattress. Let me know down below. Would absolutely love to get some good night's rest. Let me know your thoughts. So first game on the slate, we've got the Reds at the Cubs. We've got Hunter Green versus Justin Steele. Now I like both of these pitchers a little bit. This is what's kind of funny because looking at this, we know Hunter Green's got good stuff. We know he can strike people out. We know that. But when he's off, people are hitting him. And this is in Chicago, so it's kind of the only thing that's holding me back a lot. I think both of these pitchers are GPP tournament options. This is early, though, so it's not even really, I think it's a single game that you'd have to play, or if you're playing an all-day slate, which I am not, or if you're sports betting. So I kind of like both of these, but if you're looking at bats in this one, so say you're doing like hits and stuff like that for sports betting, Ian Happ's 2 for 5 with a double and a home run, but again, only 7 plate appearances, so not a lot. It's kind of the same thing with Nico Horner, 2 for 6 with a double and a home run. Chris Morel, 2 for 6 with a double as well, and then Yan Gomes, 1 for 2 with a double. So kind of there, but kind of looking at that, I'm probably avoiding this game just because it is early. It's super early. It's 4.5 hours earlier than any other game, so it's not really going to be a factor unless you're just sports betting. And then Justin Steele, on the other hand, he's only faced some 25 plate appearances, giving up a 409. So what Reds bats have had success against him? It's, I mean, you know, 1 home run and 1 double, and that's it. The rest are singles, so the numbers are really skewed there. I don't mind them, but again, it's very early. I'm not playing an early only slate because when you do that, you just get in this like thought, and then you're gonna have to change a lineup you're going to have to change people. So probably avoiding this game. Sports betting wise, I would use it for some hits. And I'm going to show you the sports bets. We revamped the sports bets for you. Our newest ones, it shows you, and I'll show you at the end. So again, if you are very interested in what we have at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, I'm going to show you everything under the MLB tab at the end. Next game, the Dodgers at the Rays. You got Noah Syndergaard versus Jalen Beeks. Syndergaard, 27 plate appearances, 320 batting average. Jalen Beeks, 34 plate appearances, 207. I'm not taking either of these pitchers. I would be looking at the bats. Now, the batter trends are not out yet, but when we go over them, we can show you what batter trends for yesterday. And I had a question. I didn't get clarification on it, but there was a question in yesterday's video, how to read the charts. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of go over the charts real quick. If I don't hear, I might make a separate video of, like, I think we need videos on the website to break down, you know, if this is a good idea, let me know, but break down how to read the charts, how to pick your players out of there, how to build cash lineups, how to build tournament lineups, what you're looking for. If that's something you're interested in, let me know too. I need like a DFS 101. I have it here, but like I need videos in it too. So that's my thought. If that's something that'd be interested, let me know, because I don't really want to do it if people aren't interested in it. I don't want to spend all that time if they're not going to be looked at, if they're not going to be useful for you. So I'm not looking at either of these pitching. I mean, Tampa Bay at home, we know. Not huge numbers here because obviously Noah Syndergaard hasn't faced them a ton, but just kind of looking. No one's, I mean, there's an extra base hit here and Wander Franco, and that's about it. But I could see you using either of these pitchers in tournaments just because if they do go off, they're going to be very underowned because both of these offenses are really good. And then on the flip side of that, Jalen Beeks, I mean, I don't trust him enough at all. A lefty against this team, not trusting them at all. But what we can do is look at how they've done in the past too. But if we look at that, I mean, JD 3 for 9 with a home run, Miguel Rojas 1 for 4, Freeman 1 for 3, Austin Barnes 1 for 2. So I just kind of want to look, see how Beeks is done. Yeah, so this is the thing. Jalen Beeks is an opener. We said this last time. He's pitching, the max amount is two innings. Last time he pitched 2 innings, had 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, but got 12 fantasy points. But you're not going to win with Jalen Beeks as your pitcher. Not even on DraftKings. Maybe on DraftKings if you do a contrarian lineup, you throw him in there, and then, you know, he goes off for, let's say in theory he gets 6 strikeouts. So let's say he gets like 20 fantasy points at his price, then you nail every single other play of yours, but the chances of that are very slim. So I would look at Syndergaard for tournament, Beeks in one lineup just in case he does have 6 strikeouts, which he most likely won't, and then I would look at the bats. The bats will come to me when we get our cheat sheet out there, when we get the batter trends out there. But it's the normal, you know, Mookie Betts, it's Max Muncy, it's Freddie Freeman, JD Martinez. We had him the other day. He was my home run pick the other day. Hit a home run. Was very grateful. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Then you got the White Sox at the Tigers. You got Lance Lynn versus Joey Wentz. I'm taking Lance Lynn here against the Tigers. 75 plate appearances, 221 batting average, 28K percentage. So I don't mind that. I'm trying to see if he's faced them before this year. He has not faced Detroit this year, but he's coming off 2 40-plus games. We took him against Kansas City last week, 6 strikeouts. I wish he would have had a little bit more, like 8 or 9 strikeouts, but we'll take what we can get. I do like Lance Lynn against the Tigers. I won't have any exposure to Joey Wentz. You could be looking at the White Sox bats. Lou Bob, Tim Anderson, Binnington, Andrew Vaughn. I mean, there's a ton that we can look at there. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Lance Lynn, and then I'm going to take the White Sox bats against Joey Wentz. Rangers at the Orioles, you got John Gray versus Grayson Rodriguez. John Gray, 50 plate appearances, 261. We've actually used him quite a bit this year with good success. Now, this isn't the same Orioles team that you're used to facing. That's the thing. Grayson Rodriguez, 18 plate appearances, 235. I don't like Grayson Rodriguez here. I'm looking at a Texas stack. I'm looking at John Gray in tournaments. He's actually had 3 great starts in a row. The last one against Colorado was his least amount of innings pitched since April 15th. He only went 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Did get the W, but only 36 fantasy points at his price. I'm looking at John Gray in tournaments. I don't trust Grayson Rodriguez at all. At all. Padres at the Yankees. You got Joe Musgrove versus the Yankees. Just called up Randy Vasquez, so he's making his major league debut. Whether or not he goes 5 innings, whether or not he, he's facing a pretty good team in the Padres. I'll take if he's. Let's see. I want to see if he's even. He is not on FanDuel yet, so you can't even use him. I don't even know if they'll be added today. Joe Musgrove, I will take exposure to him here. 34 plate appearances, a .097, 23.5K percentage, and the Yankees offense didn't show up yesterday. Till the 9th inning, they scored 1-1. So, looking at that, I will have some exposure to Musgrove because, the Yankees, if they're not hitting, they're striking out. In 34 plate appearances, has 8 strikeouts. He's given up 1 home run to Harrison Bader. Rizzo's 1 for 16. DJ's 1 for 3. IKF is 0 for 4. And that's it. But the Yankees, when they are on, they can hit. So this is where I'll have Musgrove in tournaments. I don't trust him in cash. And if Vasquez does get thrown up there on DraftKings and FanDuel, I'll put some of him into a GPP lineup just because of his price. But that's kind of my thought there. And then no Padres bats really jump out at me right now. Those will come when we get the batter trends up. You have the Cardinals at the Guardians. Matt Liberatore versus Shane Bieber. Bieber hasn't faced them a lot. 15 plate appearances, 214. I will have some exposure to both of these pitchers. I think Bieber is more of your cash pitcher. The Cardinals' offense has been good. We know this. But this is in Cleveland now. It's not in St. Louis. They're not at home. And they haven't seen him a lot, and he is a stud. So I would not be surprised if Bieber gets 7+ strikeouts in this game. Liberatore, he, hasn't faced him before because he just got called up not too long. Was it last week? Let's see. He's had 2 starts. His last start, or I guess his last outing, was the 21st, where he only pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, and 2 earned runs. This time before that, on 4 days before that, 5 innings against Milwaukee, 6 strikeouts, 39 fantasy points. So why? Why was he only 1 inning? Let's see. So he was in a relief so his first start came against Milwaukee, 39 fantasy points. His last time he was on the mound 5 days ago, it was a relief appearance for 1 inning. So the thought is if he does good, he'll stay in more in the game, but if he starts getting hit, they'll take him out. So he's more like an opener, so you can't trust him. So yeah, I'm 100% on Bieber here. And then if any bats come around, I'll look at the batter trends on the website. Phillies at the Braves is next. You got Taijuan Walker versus Jared Schuster. Walker, 53 plate appearances, a .348 batting average, 18.9. And then Schuster hasn't faced anyone before. Walker's numbers coming from when he was most likely with the Mets last year. Ozuna 1 for 6 with a double. He was one of our home run picks, and he hit a home run yesterday. Acuna 2 for 6. He was my home run pick. Of course, he didn't hit a home run. Matt Olson is 2 for 7 with a double. Ozzie Albies is 1 for 4. Austin Riley had 2 home runs yesterday, 3 for 7 with a home run. Eddie Rosario 1 for 4 with a home run. So yeah, I'm all over a Braves stack here. I'm not going to take Schuster because I think this might be one of those games where you could stack the game. I think you could do 4 Braves batters and 3 Phillies batters, or you could do 4 Braves batter and a couple of batters that do well against lefties, which, again, batter trends on the website. But yeah, I am all for this game bats-wise. I'm not going to have any pitching in this game. Nationals at the Royals is next. You've got our boy Patrick Corbin, who loved to stack against lately, or the past couple of years. But his price is still $8,100 on FanDuel. I know it's against the Royals. This is one where I will throw him in a tournament because it is the Royals. It is in Kansas City. You've been with us. You know that is what we like. We like to take a pitcher against Kansas City when it's in Kansas City. The problem is that pitcher today is Patrick Corbin. He went 6 innings against Detroit, 2 earned runs, 31 fantasy points, got the W, only 3 strikeouts. So he only got 31 fantasy points. So that's very low. You're not gonna, most likely 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna win a tournament, at least on FanDuel, with one pitcher when he gets 30 fantasy points at that price. Against the Mets, 1 strikeout, 1 W. So he has 2 wins in a row, which is nuts. 25 fantasy points. The most amount of strikeouts he's had is 6, and he still only got 37 fantasy points there. So comes in with the 3-5 record, 4.47 ERA. I don't trust him. Flip side of that, Jordan Lyles, 25 plate appearances, 174. I'll have a little bit of Patrick Corbin in tournaments in hopes that he doesn't give up any runs and he gets, 8 or 9 strikeouts where the fantasy points will roll in there. I just don't know if that's possible for him. The bats really haven't done anything against him, which that's kind of what we're looking for. So he's more of a tournament option. Don't expect to win a tournament with him, but you might place in the money if he has a good game and you build around him. Jordan Lyles, 25 plate appearances, 174. I don't trust him. This is just one of those games that you might be able to just completely avoid this game altogether, but I will have some Patrick Corbin in a tournament lineup if I'm hand building like 20-30 lineup. Brings us to the next game. You got Toronto Blue Jays at the Minnesota Twins. You got Kevin Gausman versus Louis Varland. Gausman, 68 plate appearances, 32.4 K percentage, 203 batting average against him. I like that. I really do. Gausman is 11,000 on FanDuel. He is the second highest priced pitcher, but he's got a good matchup there. I'm seeing if he's faced the Twins before on this year. He is not. 8 innings, his last start against Baltimore, 34 fantasy points. The start before that against the Yankees, he had 10 strikeouts, 49 fantasy points. So looking at that, I absolutely love Kevin Gausman here. I'm looking at him for cash and GPP. I don't really mind. And then Varland, I will have some exposure. Now, I know it's Toronto, so we know. Varland, 2-0 record, 4.18 ERA. I'll have him in GPP just because he's only had 1 start out of 5 where he had less than 6 strikeouts. His price there is $8,900 though, so it is very expensive. In this one, I'm looking at Gausman here for cash. I'm looking at Varland here for GPP. Giants at the Brewers is next. You got Alex Wood versus Freddie Peralta. Wood, 72 plate appearances, only 18.1 K percentage, which is kind of crazy. That's very low for him. 382 batting average. Now, I don't know if this is going to be one pitcher. I haven't dug into this, so this is something we'll look at. Yelich is 15 for 36 with a triple, batting .417. He might be one of my plays that I like. Darren Ruff, 8 for 17 with a home run, GPP pick if he's even in the lineup. Brian Anderson, 2 for 5. So yeah, I will be stacking some iteration of a Milwaukee team. I'm not trusting Alex Wood at all. He will not be in any of my lineups. I would look at Alex Wood here to get shelled. So on the flip side, Freddie Peralta, I do like Freddie Peralta here. We've used him in the past this year. You've been here with us when we've done it. It's worked out. He is very expensive. That is a problem. And his last 2 starts have been okay. Against Tampa Bay, 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, only 31 fantasy points. So I don't mind that just because San Francisco's not that good. So I am all over stacking against Alex Wood, and I will have some exposure to Peralta. Peralta's probably more of only a tournament option for me, but he will be an option for me. Mets at the Rockies is next. Scherzer versus Connor Siebold. I wanted to like this one. I really did. Scherzer in Coors could be a game changer. He could, his numbers, he's killed them before. 142 plate appearances, 162 batting average, a 36.6 K percentage. but he comes in with a 3-2 record, 4+ ERA. He's lowered his ERA from 5, so he's had a really good game. Past couple of games against Cleveland, 37 fantasy points in 6 innings. Against Washington, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 36 fantasy points. I will take some exposure to Scherzer, but it will only be tournaments. For the mere fact it is in Colorado, we know the Coors effect is a thing. He could get hit around, and he hasn't looked his sharp self all year. But I will take Scherzer in tournaments. I don't think I'll take Seabold at all, just because when the Mets, they can hit when they hit, they actually hit. Yeah, I won't take Seabold at all. But I will look at Scherzer for tournaments, and then I will look at some of the Mets bats against Seabold. Marlins at the Angels. You got the Jesus Lizard versus Reed Detmers. Luzardo, 16 plate appearances, 214. We've used him quite a bit this year. His last start, though, kind of not good. Again, especially at his price, 5 innings, 8 Ks, but he gave up 6 earned runs. Still got 21 fantasy points off 6 earned runs because he got those 8 Ks. But the Angels can hit sometimes. It's really weird. You know, if Trout's on, he's hitting home runs. Other people are hitting home runs. I will have exposure to the Jesus Lizard in tournaments. I won't have exposure to Reed Detmers. I think you could make a case to stack against him with the Marlins. Now, these will be on the website. The players that jump out, Luis Arraez is always on base. Garrett Cooper is there. Jorge Soler, Birdie, Brian De La Cruz is there. So there's a lot of good options for the Marlins to stack against. I will have a little bit of exposure to Luzardo in tournaments. I won't have exposure other than that. And then I would be looking at both sides of these bats. What's the batter trends? The ones that stick out to me with the Angels would be Trout, Gio, Taylor Ward, Ohtani, just depending what lineup does come out of there. Red Sox at the Diamondbacks is next. You got Chris Sale versus Brandon Pfaadt. Sale, 63 plate appearances, 161. I don't mind him. He still hasn't gotten hurt yet, which is good. But he's 4-2 record, 5+ ERA. Against San Diego, though, we used him, was that last Saturday, I believe? 7 innings, 8 Ks, 49 fantasy points. Against St. Louis, 8 innings, 9 Ks. Against Phillies, 10 Ks, 6 innings. So he's gotten a lot of strikeouts. Coming into this game, 62 Ks in 50 innings, which is good. So I will take Chris Sale here against Arizona, even at Arizona. And then I don't know. I think he's your cash option. I think Brandon Pfaadt could be a tournament option just because of how bad the Red Sox offense actually is away from home. So that's kind of the thought process that we're looking at. I'm looking at that as in cash for Sale, Pfaadt, GPP. Next game, Astros at the Athletics. I think everyone here probably already knows my thought. Hunter Brown against Oakland in Oakland. I'm taking Hunter Brown. I'm not looking at Oakland bats, and then I would be looking at Houston bats. So 49 plate appearances for Caprillion. What bats have had success? We'll take a look real quick. Kyle Tucker 2 for 6 with a double. Jose Brady 1 for 6. Yordan 1 for 6 with a double. I still like Yordan here. Altuve 2 for 4. Yeah. I'm taking Hunter Brown, cash, tournament, it doesn't matter. Against Oakland in Oakland, I'm all over that. And then I'm all over the Astros as a stack as well. And then Pirates at the Mariners is the last game. You got Mitch Keller versus George Kirby. Keller, 34 plate appearances, 23.5 K percentage, 259 batting average. He's just been pitching very well this year, which is crazy to think because he is the most expensive pitcher on this slate at $11,400 on Fanduel. We used him his last start, 6 innings against Arizona, 8 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 40 fantasy points. The start before that, we used him 7 innings against Baltimore, 13 Ks, got the W, got 70 fantasy points. He might be my favorite pitcher on the slate. Against George Kirby, he's only faced 1. I will have, I think, Mitch Keller, number 1 pitcher on this slate. I will have exposure to him, both cash and tournaments. George Kirby, I would have exposure to him in tournaments as well. But that's basically it. So there you go. There are the pitching breakdown and the bats that we like on this Friday slate, this full slate. If you found this video helpful, useful, anything like that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you're still around, we're going to show you what we have on the website real quick. So we did just introduce esports. So a lot of questions, people wondering. We're going to do some articles for like Warzone 2, some other games. If you have questions or strategy, stuff like that, let me know. We'll put that on the website as well. So MLB is what you're here for. So if you hover over the MLB, we added stuff. So we've got the BVP matchups, which people like and don't like. They're here for you. They're free. Check it out if you want. So these are updated for today already. But I need to update the day. I forgot to update the date right here. But these are updated here. You got sorted by plate appearance, but you can sort it by however you want. So you can sort it by hits, first singles, doubles, whatever you want to sort it by. If you want to do home runs, you can do that. This is overall, and then we go through each individual right here. And these are all the players that should be starting. Obviously, we don't have, it's everyone on the active roster that could be starting, because we don't have the lineups out yet because it is early. So you can go through all of those, every position. You can check that out. That's part of the free content there. Another one, stolen base target. Same thing. Part of the free content. Bring it down. This is good for sports betting, whatever you want to do. But the players with their stats against their opposing pitcher and the opposing pitcher. So I'll just sort it by how many stolen bases the opposing pitcher has given up. So we'll look at that. So Syndergaard, 42. So you could look who steals base. I know Taylor Walls stole a base yesterday. So you could look at that. You can make those for sports bets or for your DFS lineups. Contrarian stacks. So this is new. This is part of the premium content. So the other people might call these leverage stacks. So you've got the main stacks that you kind of know what to expect. Then you've got Fanduel and DraftKings. These are from yesterday, so these aren't updated. But we've got the rank of the contrarian, the team, their average salary, the projected ownership, which is very helpful because if you are building lineups for tournaments, you want a lower projected ownership just because people are going to not be on it. We've got the points per dollar, so with their salaries, their average, how many fantasy points they're projected to have, and then the ranking of the points per dollar. And then we even have players here. So hopefully this is helpful. We have 6 players. You could pick and choose because obviously on FanDuel, you can have 4. On DraftKings, you can have 5. So these are FanDuel. These are DraftKings. We've got all of that for you. So hopefully this is helpful. People have been asking about stacks. So these are ones that are lower owned. These are ones that will be off the radar a little bit for other people, but we wanted to bring you all this information. So hopefully this is very helpful for you. This is part of the premium content, $10 a month right now. It will be $10 a month through the All-Star break, and then it will start to go up, be about $20 a month, $25, because we will we'll be putting out NFL content right after the All-Star break. So once OTAs get done, once training camps start, we'll get through that. NFL will start rolling around, which we're very excited about. We love NFL DFS. So the next one is the cheat sheet, which is what we have. I'll just show you today's just to get you guys a heads up. It's not completely finished yet. It will be edited too. We've got our pitchers, catcher, first, second, third, shortstop, outfield that we like here. My suggestion is, since you can't read it all, come down here and click the view full size and you'll be able to view it. Then these are the stacks that we like, and then targets to pitcher to target against. Our core lineup plays, so we've got FanDuel, Cash, and GPP, DraftKings, Cash, and GPP. So we do put full lineups out here, but full discretion. I fully suggest that you go ahead and use these, but mix and match to make your own. Some players are going to be out, so that's why you use the cheat sheet. That's why you use these articles, the videos, everything we have, all of the information on the MLB tab to build your own lineups. But these are a good starting point for you. And then we have the boomstick shots, the home run picks. As you can see, I've been the worst, but the other two MLB writers, I mean, we've only been doing it for about a week now, and he's only missed twice, which is crazy. But yeah, that was something people liked, so we brought that from the video to here. So then we go here, we've got our prop bets. So these are yesterday, these are what I was talking about. So these are part of the other content. So if you go to FTA Plus, let me show you. FTA Plus, monthly pass $10, or monthly plus sports betting $39.99. So I'm going to change this. This is actually changing. This MLB's DFS plus sports betting is going to change to $24.99. So we're actually going to get $15 off. But these are the sports bets here. The players in alphabetical order all the way down. This was yesterday, so it was a smaller player pool. The projections, and these are hits. So these are hitting props, as you can see. We're going to start doing pitching props as well. They just changed so much. So looking at this, how to read this would be, these are the projections, FanDuel and DraftKings. So here's another thing. If you click on here, you can see, it's a hyperlink. If you sign up using our referral code and you deposit to FanDuel or DraftKings Sportsbook, and we get a notification that you signed up, or you show us proof that you signed up, you're going to get an MLB season pass. You're going to get the entire MLB season for free, just for signing up and depositing on FanDuel or DraftKings. So you get everything on there for free. So let us know. If you're not on either of these, you can do that. So this shows the projections of the hits on FanDuel, the difference between the projection and the actual our projection, the value, and then what bet to take. So Aaron Judge over 1 hit bet. Same thing with Adam Frazier all the way down. Now, I'm not saying take these bets every day. I'm saying these are prop bets. So if you are into sports betting, those are there for you. We have the betting odds, which this isn't updated yet, but it will be updated. This is a good way to check out the website. This is a good way to check out the ballpark, the money lines, and the implied run totals. And then you can build around that. Obviously, yesterday with the Cardinals, and it was supposed to be a big scoring game. I believe Wilson Contreras and Paul Goldschmidt was out, so the number actually went down. And then it was a 2-1 game. So for the most part, if the players are all in, the implied run totals are pretty good. So you take this, you look at the teams that have scored or projected to score the most, and you can build your lineups around that. Ballpark stat rating. So this is a lot of people have loved this. What ballparks, home, away, how many runs they've given up, or if you want to do by home runs or whatever you want to do, what stadium it is. So by home runs, it's Yankee Stadium. So in this game, you've got Joe Musgrove versus Randy Vasquez. So in today's, you could look at stacking both sides of the team, like I said, and then you can see the home run rate. And I mean, this is pretty good. This will be updated this morning as well. Optimal stacks. If you've been around for a while, you've heard about this. But depending on the slate, size of the slate, depending on DraftKings or FanDuel, we look at this. So let's just, for instance, today is, how big a slate is this? Let's see. For the main slate, anyway. Trying to get main slate games 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 game slate. So if we're on FanDuel for 12 games, the best thing is a different combo. Not a 4-3, not a 4-4. It's just a different combo. So that is something to look at. If it was a 10-game slate, the best stack to take down a big tournament would be a 4-3 at 45%. Kind of same thing here. You can kind of see with 12 games, the best is a 5-1. So you're looking at stacking a team 5 and then 1 on the other one, and then you could look at just random other players as well. So just depending on the size of the games, this is kind of the thought on what teams to take, and you can couple that with the MLB odds and then the ballpark rankings. And then we got FanDuel and DraftKings batter trends. So this is a big one that people have been asking about. So just kind of looking at this. So I'll just show you how to read this. These are from yesterday, though. So how to read this is, let's say this one doesn't have stats. So Aaron Judge. So this is by the last 50 at-bats, 100 at-bats, and 150 at-bats. So Aaron Judge in his last 50 at-bats against a right-handed pitcher, 652 WOBA, 625 ISO. So that's kind of how you read that. And you want, these are the two stats that I really like the most: WOBA, weighted on base, and then ISO, isolated power. These are the ones that are helpful when building your lineups. So you can sort it by however you want, but I would sort it by these two, and then it shows the pitcher they're going against. So it's Aaron Judge against a right-handed pitcher. So again, he's going up against, these numbers will change a little bit just because of yesterday's stats, but Aaron Judge against Joe Musgrove at home, pretty good options here. His WOBA and ISO, and that's how I would do it. So this is FanDuel with the salary. You can also do it with DraftKings. So that's just kind of a breakdown of what's on the website. If you have any questions, let us know. But yeah, if this video gets 50 likes, someone will win a free week. If this video gets 100 likes, someone will win a free year of, or a free month of MLB DFS content brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that's all I've got in this video, and it's a long one. Hopefully it's very helpful for you. Good luck today, everybody. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.